So what is an opportunity zone? What does it give you? What are the benefits of that? Opportunity zone became very interesting to me because I said, all right, we have different strategies in taxes where earned income, it gets washed with cost segregation. But at the end of the day, 5 years later, 10 years later, all you worked for, all this fruit that you have carefully cared for, all of a sudden becomes a tax event. And that tax event becomes painful. Either you have to pay the tax, you have to defer the tax, you have to figure out what to do with it. Property tax abatement. So what does that mean? Let's say I bought a property and the taxes are $20,000 on that property. Then we go through the entitlement of the land, we get the permits, we start building, and we built the building, we put it into service, it's operating, cash flowing, et cetera, et cetera. There's a tax event. It's assessing what the property is worth at that time. So now, let's just say we bought the property for $2 million, paying $20,000 in taxes. All of a sudden that property is worth $30 million. It's built, it's cash flowing, et cetera. The property taxes are, let's say, $300,000. Now, so $300,000, $20,000, that's $280,000 more. You may say, well, that's what happens when you tear something down and build new. True. However, in this situation, the statute allows you to ask for property tax abatement only in opportunity zones, anywhere from as little as 3 years to as many as 9 years. So what does that do? Well, let's do the math. Let's say we only get 3 years. So take $280,000, multiply by 3, and then take the same thing and multiply it by 9. And I just said we bought the property for $2 million, right? So if you do the math on the scalability, would it be fair to say, depending on what we get, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years, we basically get the land for free at the end? Yeah, we get the land for free. What it also does, if you're familiar with the term NOI, net operating income, it becomes higher because your cost is lower. So you're not paying taxes. They're not deferred. You're not going to pay later. You're just not paying it at all for that period of time. Well, what happens when the taxes are due now? Nothing happens. From the year that you stabilize to the time that the taxes are due now, how many years are going by? 5, 6, 7 years? If we increase our rent, let's say 2.5%, 3.5%, as high as 5% each year, what's the multiplier of rent by that time? So basically, by the time you get to that tax evaluation event, you can absorb the cost because your rent is already up there. But it allows you to underwrite a lot easier and entice the investors to come because now we can offer way higher ROI on your investment. So this is also for those that understand that in real estate, you have to be patient. You can make some quick flips, but if you really want to create wealth, you really have to stay patient and go for the long run, not short run. A lot of the work that we do is ground up development. Why I picked the ground up development, that building virtually is not going to have to be fixed for at least, let's say 6, 10 years or so. And my passion was always to allow a community in not so affordable area to taste what it's like to live in a luxury way, being taken care of, but being able to afford it at the same time.